12 extraordinary months. With the people looking out for Britain in these unpredictable times. Inside the Foreign Office starts Thursday the 15th of November on BBC Two and BBC iPlayer.
The businessman Aaron Banks is accused of contradictions and deliberate confusion after defending donations to a pro-Brexit campaign. With £8 million of funding being investigated by the National Crime Agency, he says the source was a UK company.
I'm telling you, it came from a UK company that had cash generated in the UK.
Which UK company?
Rock Services.
But one MP attacks Mr Banks for bluster and says only forensic analysis will get to the truth. Also on the programme, 7 of the 8 children injured when an inflatable slide collapsed in Surrey have now been released from hospital. Tributes to Jeremy Hayward, who led the civil service for the last 4 years and served 4 prime ministers after his death from cancer. Back on land, the man who's become the first person to swim around the entire coastline of Britain.
I always said it would only feel real when I'm standing on land, and it still doesn't feel that real. Maybe it will later when I'm in a hot bath and in a warm bed.
Good afternoon. The pro-Brexit businessman Aaron Banks has again insisted that all the money he provided for a campaign to leave the EU was generated from his businesses in the UK and therefore within the rules on political donations. The multi-million-pound donation is being investigated by the National Crime Agency. In a BBC interview this morning, Mr Banks said the money came from a UK company called Rock Services, which he said had all... There's more throughout the evening on the BBC News channel. We're back with the late news at 10 o'clock tonight. Now on BBC One, it's time for the news, wherever you are. Goodbye.
There are many movies out at the moment that are claiming to be comedies. This beats all of them. And on the one hand, it's a political tale. On the other hand, it is magic, realist fable. It is baggy and overlong. You can either just see it as a really good popcorn adventure or as something much deeper. That's what a proper cult movie looks like. My problem with it is I wanted it to be darker. The script is laughable, but not in a good way. This has proved so divisive. I was reminded of the friendship between Elliot and E.T. Every time anyone says mockumentary, immediately think, is it as good as Spinal Tap? The answer is no. Very smartly reinvented a franchise, and who thought that was possible? It does the thing that cinema is meant to do at its very best, to completely immerse you, to transport you, to take you to another world.
Words of Wisdom, the film review, available now on BBC iPlayer.
With Donald Trump halfway through his presidency, the midterm elections will be regarded as a vote for Congress, and they'll be seen as a test for the man himself. What could the results mean for America and the rest of the world?
The US elections 2018, Tuesday from midnight, on the BBC News channel.
Hello, good afternoon. This is BBC News with me, Jullian Worricker. Bad weather is hampering the recovery of a cargo ship that ran aground outside Iceland's capital, Reykjavik. The vessel appears to have missed the entrance to a harbour near Helguvík in poor weather and has hit the rocks. There are also fears of an oil spill, as Georgina Smith reports.